GreedFall starts solid, walking on old BioWare paths reminiscent of Knights of the Old Republic, Mass Effect, and Jade Empire. With a party of 3, you explore a historical 18th century expedition setting mixed with fantasy to uncover the secrets of a distant island to find a cure for a mysterious disease. While doing so, you have to maintain diplomatic relationships with various factions that have different goals and opinions. The RPG elements are well designed. There is quite some decision-making with immediate and long-time consequences. Character development is varied for both combat and world interaction, and there are seemingly interesting companions with their agenda and side quests, and of course, options to romance them. The graphics are mostly beautiful, especially the varied areas like the 3 cities, lush forests, epic mountains, and wide fields. The downright ugly character faces and facial animations stand in jarring contrast to that. And these are only the first cracks in the overall picture of the game that start showing early. GreedFall was created by a comparably small developer studio that was punching over its weight here. It shows in various aspects of the game. The combat is clunky and janky. The 3 cities of the island are small and feel lifeless. Some key buildings that you visit dozens of times throughout the game are literal copy and paste jobs. The world is divided into zones, and while they look great, they are very limited in scope. Even big forest and mountain areas sometimes feel like small corridor levels that you are funneled through with tons of invisible walls instead of exploring. Loot is randomly scattered through the game world. Hidden treasure chests in distinctive areas are often just junk. The stealth and disguise system of the game is a complete joke, but can at least be ignored for most parts. All of these problems show pretty early in the game. But I was still interested enough in the world, the story, my companions, and building my character to ignore most of the issues. But the more I played, the more bored I got because the character arcs and the main story don't lead to much in the end. The same goes for the side quests that are ultimately uninteresting. And then it feels like the game completely falls apart in the second half. On the one hand, the gameplay becomes incredibly repetitive, and there is a lot of backtracking. You get sent all over the island to talk to person A to get them item B for hours and hours. All while fighting the same 5 enemies and 3 boss-type monsters over and over again. It's content for the sake of content, and it isn't enjoyable. On the other hand, the story takes the most generic, predictable way you can think of, leading to just another highly generic fantasy tale. The unique setting doesn't get used in any interesting way at all. In the end, GreedFall is a remarkable accomplishment for a small developer studio, but ultimately a very mediocre game with lots of issues. I don't want to hold back anyone to give it a try. It's cheap enough during sales. But I can't recommend it because there are so many better RPGs out there.